Okay, today what we're doing is we're doing a quick review over equations and inequalities. A lot of these are questions like you saw on your test on Friday. I went through and I picked out the ones that we seem to have problems with, and I kind of made some examples of it so that when we do our retest tomorrow, you're ready for it. You've kind of seen these things again, and you'll look at it and go, oh, I can't believe I missed that. So that's really what we're doing here. Okay, so we're just going to get into it and start with them and move through them. First problem is an equation. Guys, everything here is doing all the things that we've done. Distributive property, combining like terms, and then solving the equation. That's what we're doing here. Draw your line. Okay? Now, take a look at this. Well, some other people would have said, oh, do this first, then draw your line. Whatever. It's the same thing. Take this, multiply here and here. So you get 4x minus 20 plus x. Distributive property. That's all that is. Equals 25. Now you got to combine your like terms. Okay? You got a 4x here, here you have a 1x. Combine those two things. 4x and 1x get you 5x minus 20 equals 25, and now you're into a two-step equation. All right? You got minus 2. Okay, and two-step equations. Locate your variable. Do the thing that's furthest away from that variable, but on the same side. Physically further away. Okay, so the 5 is right up against it, so you're going to deal with this 20. Remember, this goes with this. So you got negative 20. You do the opposite. You add the inverse. Say it correctly. Add the inverse. All right, so add 20, because that's a negative 20, you're going to add 20. But what you do to one side, you do the other. Those cancel out. You bring down anything you have left over. Well, I had 5x left over. 5x equals 25 plus 20. It's me, 45. This is 5 times x, a number directly up against a variable. That's multiplication. Do the opposite operation. Divide by 5. Divide by 5. This cancels out. That's 5 divided by 5 gets you 1. 1 times x just gets you x. So now you have x equals 45 divided by 5 gets you 9. So your x equals 9. Okay, so we can do this, but you got to take it a step at a time and work your way through. Okay? All right. If 6 more than 3 times a number is 18, what is the number? So we're looking for the number. But we got to set it up because they didn't set it up for us. So we got to read it. We got to understand what these words mean. So 6 more than 3 times a number. So we know we're multiplying 3 times a number. So 3x. 3 times x. That makes sense. And 6 more than that number, well, you're going to be adding 6. All right. Is 18. So we got equals 18. What is the number? So we got to set up. Now we got to solve for x. All right. Draw our line. Locate our variable. Do the thing furthest away from it. All right. Add the inverse. Add negative 6. Add negative 6. This cancels out. Bring down whatever you have left over. Well, we got 3x left over, so we're bringing that down. Equals 18 plus negative 6. 12. Positive plus a negative. Subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number. Go back over here, 3 times x. Well, opposite operation. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Cancels out. X equals 4. There's your answer. That's what x equals. What is the number? Well, it's 4. All right? Now, same thing over here. Except now, they gave us graphs and they said, which graph is it? That's all we're looking for here. They gave us an inequality. Here, they want to know what graph it is. Guys, just solve. Solve it just like you would an equation. The only thing that you got to remember with dealing with inequalities is our rule. And we're going to look at our rule real quick. Okay, our rule. All right. When you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative, you must flip the inequality. That's the rule we got to worry about. Outside of this, it's just like doing an equation. So we gotta worry about that rule when we're dealing with it. Outside of that, it's the same thing. Draw a line. Here's my x. Remember, that goes with that. So I'm gonna add 7, okay, those cross out. Bring down your x. Bring down your inequalities. And 15 plus 7 should be 22, if I did that right. And now x is less than or equal to 22. Now here's the part that I guarantee you somebody messed up. If it's got this line underneath it, it means it's a closed circle. I didn't even have to solve this to figure that out. I got a closed circle. That's not going to change. I can eliminate these two right off the bat. I don't even have to look at them again. Now I got a 50-50 shot. Which way does the arrow go? Well, this is over here on the left. I can use the little trick to tell me. Or I can just think about it. X is less than or equal to 22. Which one of these shows me less than? Well, remember, everything to the left keeps getting smaller. So here's my answer, right here at D. Okay, that's really all there is to that one. We had a ton of people miss this, and I don't understand why. This right here tells you everything you need to know. Okay, that gets you to a 50-50 shot. All right, here, looking at this. All right, look at our answers. No lines under any of them, so I can't cross anything off of that. But I can just solve it. Locate my variable. Deal with the thing that's furthest away, just like you do with an equation. Add its inverse. Okay. This crosses out. Bring down what you have left over. Negative 2x. Negative 2x. Bring down your inequality. 6 plus negative 10 gets me negative 4. All right. Now here's where we have our little rule come into play. Negative 2 times x, I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. When I do this, I flip my inequality. So here, these cancel out. I bring down the x. I flip my inequality. And now I just finish this out, and I have 2, because a negative divided by negative gets me positive. 4 divided by 2 gets me 2. So x is greater than 2. X is greater than 2. Okay? So there we go. We should, after the first step, be able to eliminate these first two right here. If we do it right. Okay? Then we get there. All right. At least 21 members, twice as many boys as girls. Now look. All of them are the same except for a couple things. This right here. Outside of that, it's all the same. So at this point, I don't even have to, all I got to do is look for the inequality. When they set it up for you like this, all you have to do is look for the inequality. What's my inequality? At least. At least. And I'm going to look back over at my deal. No, it's not up there. At least.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it is. It's at the bottom. Right here. Yeah. At least. Greater than or equal to. That's what I'm looking for. All right? Greater than or equal to. Nope, no line underneath it. I can eliminate those. Greater than or equal to. There we go. Greater than or equal to. C. That's less than or equal to. I mean, I had a ton of people miss this one. And all you had to do was look for that inequality and make sure it was the right inequality. Not a hard question, but we missed it. All right, 2x plus 10, less than 250. I mean, guys, we're going to solve. Just solve it. So we have to solve correctly and then make sure we're using the right inequality. That's the key here. Solve this, solve, and then pick the right inequality. I kind of get this one why we might have an issue here. Okay, so add the inverse. Add the inverse. This cancels out. Bring down what's left over. Bring down your inequality. 240. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. This cancels out. X less than 120. All right. I did not flip the inequality because I did not multiply or divide by a negative number. It was a positive. So I left the inequality alone. So now I have x less than 120. Well, let's go through this and see which one we are. So anything with 130, we can eliminate. That's gone, so now I'm down to these. Now, the easy part about this is it's exactly 120. Nope, it's not exactly 120. Exactly 120 would be an equal sign, okay? Fewer than 120, well, x is less than 120. Yeah, that's it right there, okay? Less than 120. More than 130, minimum 130, no, those don't work for us, okay? Guys, these we gotta get. Now, we're gonna take a look at some more word problems. And these we had some problems with on the test, but I understand it. I mean, these are difficult, okay? They gave you the inequality or the equation and asked you to find the problem. There's a lot of reading involved in these when you do these. There's a lot of interpreting. I get it. Take the time and do it because you'll be better for it, okay? So we're gonna just start. Which real world problem could be described with the following inequality? So we're looking for something that looks like this. 4.5x minus 9.75 is greater than 17.25, okay? Ahab receives $4.50 for mowing the lawn each month, okay? However, he spent $9.75 to go to the snack bar, all right? If he does not spend any more money, how many months will it take Ahab to save more than 17.25? More than. All right, so notice I looked over at my list. As when I do inequalities, I have a list in front of me, all right, because it's so easy to mess them up. Now, let's just write this. 450x, because x is the number of months, minus 975. Well, that makes sense so far. And we're looking for more than 1725. More than. This is going to be more than this. Okay? That looks real good. That's exactly what they got there. So it should be that one. So we like this one. But let's take a look at these others and see what they do here. All right? Ahab received $9.75 for mowing the lawn each month. Also, he received an extra $4.50 for his grandmother for his birthday. Okay, so I don't have to go any further than this, because look, $9.75 per month. So that's $9.75 times the number of months. And he received an extra $4.50 from his grandmother. Well, that's adding $4.50. I don't have to go any further than that because none of this makes any sense. Okay? And received $9.75 for mowing the lawn each month. However, he spent $4.50 to go to the snack bar. Okay, so if you were not paying attention, you might pick this one, but $9.75 times the number of months doesn't work. Okay, up here also saved at most $17.25 doesn't work, whereas here they have more than, at least they have the right inequality in that one. Okay, here they have received $4.50 for mowing lawn each month. Okay, also he received an extra $9.75. Oh, added $9.75 there. How many months will it take out to save more than 17.25? So the only thing wrong with this one is they added 975 instead of subtracting. Now look, this is an inequality, but if this was an equation, instead of saying to save more than, it would say to save 17.25. All right? Just because this is an inequality, this can work for learning how to do equations too, as far as setting them up. Okay, so this skill set right here is really pretty good because you have to read it, you have to go through it, work through, and it's really good. So the only thing that could have been different is if this was an equal sign, instead of having more than here, it would just said to save 17.25. That's all there is. All right, but this is my good answer here. Looks good. We like it. All right. Which real world problem? Okay, see, look at what they did here. They like this. They put our x here on the right hand side. What we're going to do is, because all of these, I almost guarantee you, are worded differently than what it looks up here, is we're going to take this side, move it over here, take this side, move it over here, and then we're going to flip that inequality right there. That'll make it easier for us to read. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here. All right. So here, 7.25x plus 3.5 is less than 18. That's what we're looking for. Okay? When they give you this like this, that's exactly what I do. That's the first thing I do. All right. So each taco costs $7.25 and an order of nachos costs $3.50. How many tacos did Tran buy if she spent less than $18? All right, so here, $7.25 plus $3.50, and she spent less than $18. Now, which one are we looking for? Each taco costs $7.25, and we're looking for the tacos. Okay? And an order of nachos costs $3.50. Yeah. Oh, I like that one. That looks good. Spent less than 18. No, yeah, I like that one right there. But let's check these other ones. Okay? Each taco costs $7.25. All right, so $7.25. And an order of nachos costs $3.50. How many tacos did Tran buy if she spent more than? This is greater than 18. Okay, wrong inequality, doesn't work. Each taco costs $3.50. And an order of nachos costs $7.25. How many nachos, oh wait. How many nachos did Tran? Right? Each taco costs $3.50. And an order of nachos costs $7.25. How many nachos did Tran buy if she spent less than 18? Are those the same? Each taco costs $3.50 plus $7.25. How many nachos did Tran buy if she spent less than 18? Aren't those two things the same thing? Each taco costs $7.25. An order of nachos costs $3.50. How many tacos did Tran buy if she spent less than $18? Each taco costs $3.50. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. And an order of nachos. Yep. And an order of nachos. How many nachos did Tran buy if she spent less than? Yeah, you don't know how many tacos we bought. Each taco costs $3.50. I'm come back to this one. Let's eliminate this one. See, this is the problem you get into, is that you get down to two, and they look really similar, and there's always one answer that's right. Each taco costs $3.50. An order of nachos costs $7.25. How many nachos did Tran buy if she spent more than? So we can eliminate this one. We can eliminate this one. Now we're down to these two, and we got to determine what's the difference between the two. Each taco costs $3.50, and an order of nachos costs $7.25. How many nachos did Tran buy if she spent less than 18? I still think it's this one. Each taco costs $7.25, and an order of nachos costs $3.50. How many tacos? Yeah, it's that one. It's this one. Yeah, it had to be that one. The other one didn't make any sense. So that left us with that one. Sometimes it comes down to that. Which one makes sense? Which one doesn't? So pay attention to that. Guys, this is hard. I'm not gonna lie. Dealing with these things, they can be difficult, okay? You just gotta read them and go through them step by step and eliminate the ones that don't make any sense, okay? That's what you have to do. Make sure that the inequality makes sense as to what you're looking at and go from there. Real world problems. All right, if you need any help, let me know.